My name is Rachel Torres, and I'm 25 years old. 3 months ago, I sat in my apartment and watched my little sister's wedding on Instagram Live. I wasn't there. I wasn't invited. My stepmom made sure of that. But the groom's father was there. And halfway through the ceremony, he walked to the microphone, stopped the wedding in front of 200 guests, and asked my sister one question. Did you know your sister was banned from being here today? The answer changed everything. Before I tell you what happened in that church, take a moment to like and subscribe to Her Silence. This is where we share stories of women who stayed quiet when they were erased, until someone else spoke up for them. Drop your city and local time in the comments. I love knowing who's here. Now let me take you back to the day my mother died and my sister was born. Sacramento, California. I was 15 years old when my mother, Elena, died giving birth to my half-sister Lily. Complicated pregnancy. Emergency C-section. She held Lily for 11 minutes before she hemorrhaged. The doctors tried. They couldn't stop it. I remember my father, David, holding this tiny baby in the hospital hallway, crying so hard he couldn't breathe. I remember thinking, this baby killed my mom. I was wrong. Lily didn't kill anyone. She was just born into the worst circumstances imaginable. My father was broken, completely shattered. He went to work. He came home. He stared at walls. My Aunt Claire moved in for 6 months to help with the baby. I was 15. I was grieving my mother. And I was also the only person in that house who could calm Lily down when she cried at 2 a.m. I learned to make bottles. I learned to change diapers. I learned to hold her against my chest and rock back and forth until she fell asleep. I did it because my father couldn't. And I did it because even though I was angry, so angry, it wasn't her fault. By the time Lily was 2, I loved her. Completely. She was my little sister. Half my DNA, all my heart. When Lily was 3, my father started dating again. He met Monica at a work conference. She was 35, a project manager, polished and confident. She had opinions about everything. How we decorated the house, what we ate for dinner, how I did my homework. She moved in within 6 months. They were married within a year. I was 17. I didn't get a say. Monica wasn't cruel at first. She was just distant. Lily was her daughter now. I was David's daughter from before. That's how she phrased it. Before. But Lily didn't care about Monica's labels. Lily followed me everywhere. I taught her to read. I walked her to kindergarten. I braided her hair. When she had nightmares, she crawled into my bed, not Monica's. Monica hated that. You're not her mother, Rachel. I know. I never said I was. You need to let me parent her. I'm just helping. You're undermining me. I'm her sister. The arguments went in circles. My father never stepped in. He'd remarried to have help, not to referee. So I stayed quiet. I helped Lily with homework in my room instead of the kitchen. I took her to the park when Monica was home. I learned to be invisible. When I turned 18, I moved out. Community college. Part-time job. Shared apartment with 2 roommates. But I still saw Lily every week. I picked her up from school on Wednesdays. We got frozen yogurt. We talked about books and boys, and whether she should try out for soccer. Monica tolerated it because Lily threw tantrums when she tried to stop it. For 10 years, Lily and I stayed close. I was at her middle school graduation, her high school prom, her college acceptance celebration. I wasn't in the family photos Monica posted on Facebook, but I was in Lily's life. That mattered more. Last year, Lily got engaged. His name was Marcus. 26 years old, software engineer, kind eyes, good sense of humor. I met him at the engagement party Monica threw at a country club. Marcus's father, Robert, introduced himself to me. You're the sister who raised Lily. I smiled. Half-raised. Monica did a lot too. He shook his head. Lily told me everything. How you taught her to read. How you walked her to school every day for 3 years. How you took her to father-daughter dances when her mom was busy. I didn't know what to say. My son's marrying into a good family, Robert said, because you made sure she knew what love looked like. 2 weeks later, Lily called me. Rachel, will you be my maid of honor? I cried. Not sad crying.
Happy.
Overwhelmed.
Yes.
Of course.
Yes.
We planned everything together.
Dress shopping.
Bachelorette party. Flower choices. Lily wanted peonies because they were my mom's favorite. Monica wanted roses. Lily chose peonies. Monica's resentment grew. 3 weeks before the wedding, I got a text from Monica.
We need to talk.
Come to the house tomorrow at 2. I went. My father wasn't home. Monica sat at the kitchen table with a notebook. You're not going to be in the wedding.
What?
This is my daughter's wedding, not yours. You've had 10 years of playing big sister. This day is mine. Lily asked me to be maid of honor.
She's confused.
She doesn't understand family dynamics. I'm unconfusing her. You can't just uninvite me. I can.
And I am.
You're not coming. I'll tell the guests you had a work conflict. I stared at her. This woman who married my grieving father, who moved into my mother's house, who let me raise her daughter and then tried to erase me from the narrative. Does Lily know? I'll handle Lily. I left.
I didn't yell.
I didn't argue. I just walked out, got in my car, and sat in the parking lot for 20 minutes trying to breathe. That night, Lily called. Mom says you can't be maid of honor because of work. Is that true? I could have told her the truth. I could have said, your mom banned me. She's erasing me from your wedding because she's always resented that you love me. But I didn't. Yeah, work thing. Last-minute project. I'm so sorry, Lil. Can you still come? As a guest? I'll try. I promise I'll try. I couldn't tell her, because if I told her, she'd fight with Monica 3 weeks before her wedding. And Monica would make her choose. And I'd already decided a long time ago. I'd rather disappear than make Lily choose. That's what silence costs. Sometimes it costs you a seat at the table. Sometimes it costs you a seat at a wedding. If you've ever stayed quiet to protect someone you love, type invisible in the comments. October 14th, Saturday. 3 p.m. ceremony. I stayed home. I didn't watch the Instagram live at first. I didn't want to see Monica standing where I should have been. But at 3:47 p.m., my phone started buzzing. Text after text. My cousin. Are you watching this? My aunt. Turn on the live stream now. My college roommate. My God, Rachel. I opened Instagram. Found the venue's live stream. 200 people in white chairs. Lily at the altar in a white dress, holding peonies. Marcus beside her. The officiant mid-sentence. And then Robert, Marcus's father, stood up from the front row. He walked to the microphone. The officiant stopped talking. Robert's voice came through the speakers, calm and clear. I apologize for the interruption, but I have a question that needs to be answered before the ceremony continues. The church went silent. He turned to Lily. Lily, where's your sister Rachel? Lily blinked. She couldn't come. Work. Robert looked at Monica in the front row. Is that true, Monica? Did Rachel have a work conflict? Monica's face went white. Or, did you ban her from attending? The room erupted in whispers. Lily's voice cracked. What? Robert turned back to the crowd. 3 weeks ago, Rachel Torres, the woman who raised Lily from the age of 15, who taught her to read, who walked her to school every morning, who took her to father-daughter dances when her own mother was too busy, was told she was not welcome at this wedding. He looked at Monica. Not because of work, because her stepmother decided she didn't belong. Lily's bouquet dropped. Marcus caught her arm. Rachel. Lily's voice was shaking. Is that true? I was sitting on my couch, phone in my hand, frozen. Robert continued. I met Rachel at the engagement party. I heard stories about what she did for this family. And when I didn't see her here today, I asked why. The truth I was given didn't match the lie you told your daughter. He turned to Marcus. Son, I love you. And I love Lily. But I will not watch you marry into a family that erases the people who loved her most. Not without making this right. He looked back at Lily. This is your wedding. But it's also your choice. Did you know Rachel was banned? Lily shook her head, tears streaming. Then I think you need to call her. The officiant stepped back. Monica stood up, her mouth open, but no sound came out.
My phone rang.
Lily's name on the screen. I answered. Rachel. She was sobbing. Is it true? Did Mom ban you? I closed my eyes. Yeah, Lil. It's true. Why didn't you tell me? Because it's your wedding. I didn't want to ruin it. You're my sister. You're supposed to be here.
Please.
Please come.
Right now.
I'm not doing this without you. Lily. Robert stopped the wedding, Rachel. He stopped my wedding because you're not here. Please. I need you. I looked at the live stream. 200 people staring at the altar. Monica sitting stone still. My father beside her, head in his hands. And Lily, holding the phone, crying in her wedding dress. I'm 20 minutes away. I'll wait. I didn't change. I was wearing jeans and a sweater. I got in my car and drove. When I walked into that church, every head turned. Lily ran down the aisle. White dress, mascara streaked, peonies forgotten on a chair. She threw her arms around me. I didn't know. I swear I didn't know. I know, Lil.
I know.
Monica stood up. This is ridiculous. You're disrupting. Robert's voice cut through. You disrupted this wedding the moment you lied to your daughter. My father finally spoke. His voice was quiet.
Broken.
Rachel.
I'm sorry.
I should have stopped her. I looked at him. My dad. The man who let my mother's memory fade. Who let Monica rewrite our family story. Who stayed silent while I disappeared. You should have. But you didn't. Lily pulled me toward the altar. You're standing with me. I don't care what you're wearing. You're my maid of honor. Marcus's mother handed me a bouquet. Someone gave me a shawl to cover my sweater. And I stood next to my little sister while she got married. Monica sat in the front row, silent, humiliated in front of every person she'd tried to impress. The ceremony continued. The officiant stumbled through the vows. Lily and Marcus said, I do. And when they walked back down the aisle, Lily grabbed my hand and pulled me with them. At the reception, Robert found me. Thank you for coming. I should be thanking you.
No.
He shook his head. You stayed silent to protect her. Someone needed to speak up for you. I'm just glad I was there to do it. Monica didn't speak to me for the rest of the reception. She left early. My father stayed. He pulled me aside near the end of the night. Your mother would be proud of you. I stared at him. Would she? Would she be proud that you let someone erase me? He flinched. I was weak. I'm sorry. Sorry doesn't give me back 10 years of being invisible. I know. We haven't spoken much since. Lily calls me every week. She fired Monica as the family spokesperson and made it clear, if I'm not included, she's not coming. Monica still doesn't like me.
But now she has to tolerate me.
Because Robert made it impossible for her to pretend I don't exist. Here's what I learned. Silence protects the people you love. But sometimes, you need someone else to break it for you. I stayed quiet because I didn't want to hurt Lily. But Robert spoke up because silence in the face of cruelty isn't peace. It's complicity. And sometimes the people outside your family see your value more clearly than the people inside it. That's what we do at Her Silence. We honor the women who stayed quiet to protect others and the people who spoke up when they couldn't. If this story reminded you that your silence doesn't mean you don't matter, type Her Silence in the comments. And if someone ever spoke up for you when you couldn't speak for yourself, share this with them. They deserve to know what it meant. Thank you for staying until the end.